What Vladimir was showing me was once a classified secret in the Soviet era. However, the recent past brought about freedom and change, and Russia's martial arts had made a comeback among the people. On my last day in Moscow, Michael invited me to a celebration of Russian fighting at the Dynamo Sports Complex. The Minister of Justice gave his support. People came to fight, and everyone had a great time. But my journey was just beginning. After training with Michael and Vladimir, I continued my search for the roots of Russia's martial arts. My train ride would take me south to the Rostov region, better known as the land of the Cossacks. The Cossacks were descendants of the Mongolian Tartars. They had served at the core of Russia's armies for centuries and were legendary for their military exploits and skill. These guys were Russia's original special forces. The Cossacks invited me to a welcome party in the village of Stanitsa Novoanninskaya. The Cossacks had a style of dance fighting that was similar to what I had seen in Moscow. This was the way of celebrating life and preparing for battle. These guys had some wild moves. I was here to meet Zhenya, a former Spetsnaz soldier who promised to show me more about the Cossacks' traditional way of fighting. Thank you. Very little is known about the Cossack style of martial arts. It was passed down from Cossack to Cossack through the ages. This may look like plain folk dancing, but there's more to it than meets the eye. All the little moves that they use while they're dancing can all be used as self-defense techniques. It also helps them to warm up their body. Very interesting, some of the moves that we work on right now. Hooking the body here, bouncing it off the body. So this little dance move right here. Okay, that way, right in there.
Можно.
This move. What he's doing here is he's showing that the strikes are going to different parts of the body. Some of the strikes are hitting to the head and the groin at the same time, hitting with the fist. He's raking the body. He's hitting it inside to the solar plex, to different parts of the body. One of the Cossack styles that's very important in their system of fighting is when their attacker hits the ground, they always finish them. They never leave them standing or never leave them breathing. This is the way the Cossacks finish their attacker. Ta-da! The next morning, the Cossacks took me out to the fields to showcase their fighting skills. They say the Cossacks are among the greatest riders alive. As the vanguard of Russia's cavalry, their skills were second to none. Their specialty was chasing the retreating enemy on horseback and slicing them down with their sword. I'm gonna cut the hat. Watch. I got it. Let's go, I'm ready. It was time for my Cossack initiation. But I just couldn't hack it. I will try it again. Hold on, go back. With a little help from Igor, I had better luck with the watermelons. Enjoy. Don't be surprised if you see some young Cossacks holding weapons. They're still raised to learn the fighting traditions of their forefathers. The Cossacks considered their weapons as treasured possession. This sword here is called a shashka. This sword is about 300 years old. It was passed down from grandfather to grandson. They say that Cossacks are born with a bullet in their mouth. In fact, it's not unusual for them to learn how to fight as soon as they can walk. Continuing on my Cossack journey, I made my way with Zhenya to the old town of Starocherkassk. This was the Resurrection Cathedral, another icon of Russia's warrior faith. Zhenya told me that many Cossacks had lived a life of battle. The church provided them with strength in times of conflict, and Cossack children were blessed here to grow up as brave soldiers, afraid of no one except God. That afternoon, Zhenya introduced me to Vladimir, a vice headman for the Cossacks in the Rostov region. Vladimir brought us to a historic site where the Cossacks had forged their legendary reputation as warriors. Today we're here at the Azov fortress where 3,000 Cossacks defeated over 300,000 Turkish soldiers in the 16th century. They built these underground tunnels to sneak up on them and defeat them when they were sleeping at night. After the tour, Vladimir gave me a quick lesson on old Russian military gear.
Oh, this is burka.
Burka. This winter coat was made of goat's hair and was both swordproof and bulletproof against muskets.
Но она могла применяться и...
But Vladimir's favorite toy was a nagaika, a deadly all-in-one weapon for whipping people.
То есть палка твердая должна быть.
Oh no, make the extra move. Stop. Alright, how to take this one? Ready? Indiana Jones. All his paw right there. Getting abused. They're abusing me here. My initiation was far from over as I hit the road again with Zhenya and the boys. To prepare for the challenges that lay ahead, I was tested with an old Cossack warrior game. Cossacks feel that it's very important not to be afraid of the knife. So Yuri's going to demonstrate his courage training today. Be careful not to try this at home. What do you think? Should I try it?
Вот если он напрягся, значит его зарежет.
Should I go for
А
it?
сейчас без напряжения. Без напряжения. Alright, he's relaxed. If he's not relaxed, he will be killed.
I just want to let you know that I love all of you if I don't make it back. Crazy as this looks, the Cossacks do this to build up a feel for the weapon. The idea is just to relax and let the blade bounce off your body.
That's it. Raise up. Well done.
I survived my first day of courage training here on the bus by Cossack. At the end of the day, all these games had a deadlier purpose. Back at Zhenya's village, I checked out a team of Cossacks who served as active Spetsnaz soldiers. For me, this was more than just a day trip. Although I'd survived so far, there was much more to come. That was awesome! Did you see that?
Опа! Красава!
My final day of training. The Cossacks showed me some of the military moves that they use in the special forces. But this was just a warm-up for the real test. They had something even more special lined up for me. Welcome to the Special Forces version of Russian Roulette. In Russian martial arts, Spetsnaz soldiers fight blindfolded to train their instincts. Like the Jedi Knights, some masters had an almost psychic ability. For a beginner like me, this was pretty dangerous turf. I hoped my lucky Cossack shirt, along with Pavel's special training session, would prepare me for my challenge. The figure 8 motion is an important part of the blindfold training. Building the instincts so that if somebody tries to attack him from any position, I can usually defend myself using this type of motion. Watch as he punches here, I bring the arm in. I make the figure 8 motion here, pull in fast, take him down. I can do this from the front Or if he comes in like from behind, from here, I get the same type of motion. Hand comes to the back, here, comes around, then I can pull him down here.
Во время работы постарайся расслабиться. Полностью отдаться инстинктам и играть. То есть для тебя это игра. То есть улыбочку.
It's just a game. That's all it is. Just a game. There was no time for fear. I just had to do it. When you're fighting blind, you have to use all your senses to feel your way around. Relaxing and breathing were the keys to surviving this. I hoped some of my Moscow training would give me a fighting chance.
Под конец. Видно, что расслабился. Значит,
By the end, he says that you relax.
I was relaxed at the end.
Yeah.
Doing better.
тебе стало как бы все равно.
You do not care.
И вот после этого пошла работа. То есть ты уже начал встречать в лицо, бросать.
The real work starts.
Почувствовал?
So, did you feel it?
Yes.
Like you're doing better.
Спасибо. Thank you.
Please.
And after all that excitement, there was only one thing left to do. Приятного аппетита! My brief time with the Russians gave me a deep appreciation of them as people and as warriors. If you want to learn to fight, well, learn from the best because the Russians had it all covered. The martial arts were an essential part of who they were, and I could see why. I had a wild and crazy time in Russia. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. До свидания!
Мы считаем, что возвращение к нашим российским истокам, к российским корням, а древние русские единоборства насчитывают тысячелетнюю историю, глубоко символично для возрождающейся России.